Hello, everyone. It's me again. Sorry it's taken so long for me to post again. But as you know, I'm busy as usual, and I just wanted to take the time to give an update because I finally have just a small amount of time to do that. And this is going to be about the 3L year from a non traditional perspective. So, first and foremost, you know how they say, oh, it gets easier? Um, yes and no. So, the schoolwork, I would say the schoolwork gets easier not because it's easier, if that makes sense. It gets easier because you start to master the skills as far as understanding what the professor wants and how to take exams and how to study. So maybe it gets easier in that aspect. But I think some of the material, unless you're taking, all like fluff pass fail classes, which I am not, um, the material I don't think gets easier because I'm taking classes that are specifically going to be subjects that are on the bar. So maybe that's why it's hard for me. But also because you're a non-traditional student and you're thinking about trying to beef up your resume with like externships or internships. So if you're a working adult trying to do, the extracurriculars like, moot court and law review and all of that, you might not be able to do that. But I will say there is a positive aspect to that in a post-pandemic world. Now, so I'm looking at a lot of externships because you do need to have something on there other than you went to school, right? That's my assumption is that you need to have some sort of legal experience to show that you did something, even if it was just an internship and just for a semester or two. So, what I'm finding is a lot of externships and internships, law clerkships are being offered remote. And for me, that's like ding, 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 jackpot because I can't, you know, leave and go somewhere else in person for an externship when I have young children after working all day at a full time job. So there are opportunities out there if that was something that was holding you up or you were fearful of. Once you start getting into your school's career office, you'll see nowadays, I don't know how it was before, but there are numerous opportunities to do externships, internships, clerkships remotely. And they are flexible, so you can work you're not just limited to your location. You can also look in other states that might be offering externships in your particular area of interest. So that's a plus. And also for 3L year, I'm still extremely busy. I also want to say the bar application, you should start early. Now, I have not followed my own advice. I do not plan to take the bar until 2024, likely February of 2024. Um, but I will say because if you're a non-traditional student, you likely have a whole history behind you that your state bar is going to want to know about on your application. So it's going to take you a longer time than maybe a regular traditional student, like a younger student who doesn't have such a lengthy history to fill out the application. Because when I tell you they're asking for everything from the time I was 16, I'm like, I don't even remember when I was 20 or, 30 for that matter, like what I was doing. So I'm having to go back into my mind, go back into my emails, go back into my files to figure out, well, where did I live? I moved around a lot. Where was I working? I don't know. I had a lot of jobs. So, and my advice is start early. Just because, you might be an older person with a long history that you're going to have to really go back and figure out what happened on a chronological basis, and it's just it's daunting. So I plan to start that right after this spring semester. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the update. Sorry, I don't have much more than that. I'm just extremely busy. But I want to say again, like I always do, to non traditional students, rest assured, things are changing. It's the silver lining of the pandemic where there are opportunities for us, especially remote opportunities, where we might not have had that chance. And, they're open to different types of students now because I think more types of students are starting to enter law school, where before it was just your traditional typical student. I think you're going to see more and more programs open up their doors, to remote programs and online programs, um, that are geared towards working individuals or even individuals that are from afar or are from abroad, in all kinds of circumstances. So I think that it's time for a change because the legal world is usually very stiff, very conservative. But this is a good sign. That's just my guess. So at any rate, that's all I wanted to say. I hope to give another update in my final semester, which will be December of 2023. God willing, I will pass. And yeah, hit me up with a comment if you have any questions or if you just want to say hey. Thank you.